Hey guys, it's Andrew with Off-Grid Solar Smart House. Hanging right behind me is BougeRV's all-new fiberglass flexible solar panel. Stay tuned, we're going to dive into the specs, we'll test this thing out, and at the end I'll give you my final thoughts. On the front of the solar panel, on the top right, we actually have the specs for the solar panel. It's a 100 watt panel. The VMP is 17.1 volts. The VOC is 19.8 volts. And to the left of the specs, we actually have some service email, phone number, and website. This panel is unique in the fact that you can actually flex it up to 270 degrees. It's ultra thin at only 2 pennies wide and weighs less than 4 pounds. This is a 100 watt solar panel, double-sided fiberglass, so it is crack resistant, and you could technically put 10 of these in series for 1,000 watts. Now this is waterproof, so you can put this outside and have no worries. It's like a rigid solar panel. At the top of the unit, we have a fuse box, and inside the fuse box there's a rubber gasket with a bunch of silicone making it watertight connection, and at the end of the connection we have an MC4. These are about 3 feet long. At the top of the unit we have 2 grommets, 2 in the middle and 2 at the bottom, so you can tie this unit down. This unit has a 5-year warranty. It's 23% efficient, and on the back of the unit, you can actually apply some adhesive glue and then put it on a trailer, a camper van, or whatever you can come up with. Here's a size comparison of a 260 watt rigid solar panel against the flexible panel. It's prime time, sunshine time, 11:30 a.m. and I have the flexible panel propped up against this foldable chair, and you can see the curve in the panel. And if we check the numbers, what are we bringing in? Well over 100 watts. I was actually able to get this panel to produce 104 watts of power, which is incredible. I have the solar panel almost laying completely flat, and we're able to bring in 73 watts, 72 watts of power. For this next test, I covered the solar panel with some shade on the bottom right corner, and we're still able to pull in some pretty good numbers. We're getting around 62, 63 watts of power, which surprised me. So let's do that same test and cover a bigger portion. All right, we're getting around 18 watts, and you can see the panel is covered up with some more shade. It's more widespread. It's not just the bottom right corner, it's the center and the bottom, and we're getting around 18 watts of power. Bonus content, I hope you guys remember this one. This is the B100 power station companion that I made, and I recently upgraded it with the BougeRV Sunflow 40 amp. This will allow me to charge the battery with solar panels. On the bottom we have the 12 volt 100 amp hour battery from Rododo. And if I remove this cover, you'll see how I set this up. On the left we have the positive and the negative for the solar panel. And this is just an XT60 connector, so I can plug in my solar panels directly. And then we have the negative for the battery, going to the battery. And then we have the positive going to a wire nut, going to the battery. Inside of the unit, you can see how I jimmy rigged the charge controller to be mounted with some wood. And right here we got the step up converter. And this is what I use to charge up the power stations pretty quick. I'm able to get around 360 watts of power out of it. And underneath this nest of wires is the AC battery charger. And you just plug in a power cord right here to turn it on and charge it up. And right here we got the DC rocker panel, and it controls that fan right there. And to turn all of this on, all you got to do is just turn that rocker on right there. It's around 3:30 p.m. The sun is going down. It's still a little cloudy now. And I have the BougeRV flexible panel just on this bucket. And then the other ends are going into my new charge controller. I'm getting around 13.4 volts, 4.3 amps, which is around 60-ish watts of sun power. In conclusion, guys, this solar panel from BougeRV exceeded my expectations. It did very well in the tests I performed with it. I was actually able to get 104 watts of power from it. At the end of the day, this is a very thin solar panel. It's light and it's flexible and it's weatherproof. You can put it outside and not have to worry. It's great for so many applications. If you guys have an RV and need some solar, you can slap a few of these up there and no problem. If you guys are interested in this, I'll have it in the link in the description below. Once again, guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one.